terms of like movies and stuff, is there any like what is it that piques your interest the most right now?
Oh, as far as actual, okay, you wanted to talk about like movies themselves.
Well, it could be doesn't have to be specifically gaming movies. It could be anything. I mean,
Oh no,
but
because like, okay, for example, like while I was pondering what you were, I don't know, pondering about things to talk about as far as movies, like I don't know, because like there's also state of movies, right? And
what?
like the direct state of movies,
Oh, the state of
like
movies. Yes.
yeah, and like yeah, where's it going with this? I don't know, just like how the movie vibes feel from like different years to different years. Because like realistically, Iron Man 1 feels way more different than let's say Guardians of the Galaxy.
Absolutely.
I know it's not the greatest comparison, but still, or like Ironheart, I'm sure, or whatever. Like it's
Ironheart.
just
You
it's
got
okay. Or actually, how about this? Like there's RoboCop night from the 1980s, and then there's RoboCop from the 2000s, and how it like had a tremendously different feel.
I don't think there's
And like
even blood in the remake of RoboCop.
right,
So
there's no blood. There's no blood. They have all this talk about politically correct and like it's like this. Like I forget because it's boring, but still. Whereas like RoboCop, the original RoboCop, they like glossed over it as if people should kind of already know this.
I didn't see the RoboCop remake. I saw. I'm one of those people where I'll see a trailer and I'll be like, nope, not interested. And
Oh man, we're wasting perfectly good material.
RoboCop is one of those movies, though.
I'll definitely bring it back up. But my point was is that like how nowadays you can't do certain things, whereas in the '90s you could do whatever. Or like in the '90s, people were more trying to experiment or like trying to build franchises based off of like good merit rather than just pandering.
Well, it, everyone's trying to create a franchise now. Like when they
Oh,
rebooted
absolutely.
RoboCop, I'm pretty sure they were like, yeah, we're gonna make RoboCop 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just
Hmm.
like Fast and Furious, you know, or
Yeah.
the MCU or the DC universe. And I think the what the MCU did with the well with their project, they kind of ruined movies a little bit.
Mm.
Everybody's chasing that. Everybody's chasing a cinematic universe now.
Yeah, it's annoying.
And like independent single story movies are far and few in between now, and it's a shame because those are some of the best ones. Like, can you imagine if the Shawshank Redemption had a cinematic universe?
Uh,
What the fuck?
I was gonna say The Departed, but that would actually kind of be cool as a cinematic universe. Like just
Actually,
like the crime and the such and such.
well, yeah, you get to see it from the Boston police aspect, and then you get to see it from the Irish mafia's
Yeah,
aspect, and
because like they didn't really have a second movie, right? But it would have been cool to actually have a little series about it.
hmm but you got to admit the movie wrapped it up nicely.
Mm,
Scorsese did a fantastic job.
he did. That's
You,
what I like. I like it when I could just have one reiteration of the movie, just one, and
mhm.
then have that, and then never have another installment or a remake or whatever. So you have that movie, and it can
Mhm.
be your favorite movie without comparing it constantly to something else
Yeah,
or
but
being
wow,
let down.
one of the things that I hate the most is when they take a franchise that's beloved or a movie that's beloved and they remake it, right?
Mm.
Um, and like this is gonna, this conversation is gonna make people hate me or the channel or whatever. But hey, I gotta be honest, you know. But
So,
whenever I hear the words, we're taking this project and we're reimagining it for a new audience. Ooh, ooh, that hurts. That hits. Uh,
oh, are you? Wait, are you streaming?
I am.
All right, no wonder the conversation hyped up. Okay, cool.
What do you mean?
Oh, because I thought we were just shooting shit
Oh,
until
they
we
were
were
shooting
ready.
shit. Oh, was I that natural in my Oh, nice.
It was just so natural. Such a good transition.
So you see, proof viewers that I'm not fake.
It's not fake at all. This is the real deal.
This wasn't scripted at all. But no, that's it. Whenever I hear like they want to remake something and they reimagine it for a new audience or whatever, or that's like a phrase that you hear a lot lately. I don't know. I hear that and I'm like, okay, so you're really not focusing on the story. You're not focusing on. You're just focusing on the social political climate that's going on right now. Then that's it, you know. And you're slapping a famous entity on it to try and gain traction, which I understand what it is you're trying to do, but you're not doing it the right way.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Hello then. I miss originality. That's like the biggest thing about this era of anything. It's just I miss originality.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
everything has to be a remake of something, and then it's like a worse remake.
oh yeah. I can't think of a
Again,
recent remake that
oh
was better.
god. I could. Are there anything like I don't know? Because like okay, Dawn of the Dead technically has, as far as I know, two reiterations, two versions, whatever.
Yeah.
Like the early what day was it? Let me look it up real fast. I
The
think it might
the,
have been 70s.
the George Clooney one? Oh no,
No,
Dawn of
Dawn
the
of the
Dead.
Dead.
Sorry, I was
No, that's
thinking
a
Dusk
zombie
of
movie.
Dust. I was thinking Dusk Until Dawn. Sorry.
Dusk Before Dawn. Or Dawn, yeah, Dusk Before Dawn.
Yeah, it says 78, the first one.
Right. Yeah, 78. So yeah, the 70s version where it had like it kind of had like a message without really having a message because like it was something about like the black guy survives at the end, but then and this is if I'm thinking about the right movie. But the
Hmm.
black guy survives at the end, but then a mob kills him thinking that he was a zombie.
Oh, okay.
But people were going like, "Oh, was he killed by these people because it's a zombie world, there's no real rules and that guy's a black guy?" Or did
Hmm.
they really think he was a zombie? And there's like
Yeah,
that whole thing too. Like there was like subtle hints of that, but at the same time, no. And I kind of forget. I feel like I've heard that it was supposed to be meant that way.
that it was supposed to be ambiguous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which would be kind of cool. Like you get to come up to it your own conclusion. Because like side note, I actually really hate fan theory stuff or how it should have ended or whatever.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the
I
YouTube channel's funny. Don't get me wrong, but I hate it when people go like, "Oh, this is how a movie should have ended." No, the movie should have ended the way it was written because that's how the movie should have ended. Are you a director? Are you a writer? Are you an anybody? But they are. They had the movie. So what is your say more popular than their say? But you have
it,
nothing.
but to be fair, it depends on the title though.
Ugh.
Like some movies deliberately leave their ending open for interpretation.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, okay, for example, like, I don't know, like if someone went like how Avengers should have ended. Like you
Okay.
don't know that. It's not your universe. You're not the writer. How do you know?
Yeah, it's not your vision. This is
It's not exactly.
yeah.
Like I miss the days. Maybe this is being like born in the 80s, raised in the 90s kind of scenario, but like I miss the days of again originality and the fact that they could just produce something and you either like it or you don't. Like
Absolutely.
having the fans have so much say in things ruins movies.
Absolutely. And
Because then you're just sitting there and hope to get jerked off on screen, and then when it's bad, they shit on it.
well, very loosely put, like this is basically what Nintendo did with Mario Maker. Like, hey, we make games, people like them, people don't like them, whatever. Here's Mario Maker. We're putting the creativity in your hands. Do what you want with it, right? That was a success. But that
Oh,
formula,
absolutely.
that formula,
But
in much looser terms, are being applied to the cinema and TV industry, where
ooh,
the input of the fans is a little too heavy, and it's
because
more
like,
pandering than
sorry,
it is like creativity.
true. Because like my only argument towards the Mario Maker thing is because like people are making levels and you could share it and blah blah blah. It's a video game, but in a movie, people start going, "Oh, why isn't the black person this? Why don't females have more leads? Why don't this?"
Mhm.
These are like opinions rather than just for entertainment. Like I'm not saying because like when Jennifer Lawrence was like when Jennifer Lawrence was like, "Oh, I'm the
Mhm.
first strong female lead." I'm like, "Bitch, wasn't there aliens? Isn't there Sarah Connor?"
Yeah.
Like, and then so many people came up with all sorts of like
Oh, there's a
actual strong
someone
female
made a
leads,
montage on YouTube out there of it, and it was
right?
ridiculous. It was like it
Right?
was so
Like,
good. Like there was what's her name? Underworld, the vampire chick. She had a whole franchise based around her, um, and
oh yeah, Kate Beckinsale, yeah,
Kill
yeah.
Beckinsale. Like I forgot what the compilation was, but as the compilation was rolling, I was like, "Holy shit, you're right!" You know, Kill
Mhm.
Bill with I was like, "Holy fuck, yeah, man!"
There's a lot of movies with a lot of strong female leads, and you're gonna take literally the weakest female lead. Like, what did Katniss really do? Really do? Like, if it wasn't for all her supporting cast, she would have died. What supporting cast did Kill Bill have?
You know what Katniss did? She befriended the guy that people liked so she could survive the fucking game. That's all she did. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, isn't that nice? She relied on her man.
No, but to be
But like,
honest, I enjoyed the Hunger Games. I
uh,
thought they were good movies, though. I
oh,
enjoyed all three of them.
absolutely.
I thought
But
they were great.
like, I thought they were not too bad. I didn't see all of them, but from what I did see, they were not too bad. But I did not watch them for her. I watched them because of the premise of it.
Because they focused on the story.
Exactly. To say that she was a strong female lead is like no, no. It's like how like to me it was like how the new Star Wars with Rey, how she was portrayed as she can't do any wrong, and you're gonna call that a strong female lead. You can't call OP God mode a strong female lead.
Hmm.
It's like playing Duke Nukem on God mode and then assuming you're the best Duke Nukem player. Or
Uh,
like or like this girl on Twitch, Nadia, who apparently hacks all the time. You're gonna say she's great, but you're a hack. Like you can't say that she's a strong female lead
but
if
hey,
she has everything going for her with no negatives.
that Nadia chick made a career out of that, and you know that, eh?
Oh, absolutely, that's smart.
That's
But
crazy.
like, but that's my point. Like, I was just using her as an example. But my
Yeah.
point is just you can't like in Alien stacks. There was odds stacked against her, and she overcome it. Kill Bill stacked like odds over
Hmm.
stacked. Blah blah overcame it. Underworld. Similar thing. She was kind of OP, but kind of not. But but like all these movies had
In Underworld, she merged two feuding races or two feuding creatures, or like
yeah, the werewolf vampire.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
she
But
merged two
like
worlds. So.
my point is just that like all these female leads had actual weaknesses and then they overcame them. But like Rey in Star Wars, what was her weakness? She didn't know who her parents were. So
Hmm.
you can't just be happy with the fact that apparently you're a master Jedi at the age of one Jedi for like what? Like
but
and you're gonna be like, well, this is a strong female lead, maybe by definition, but in no shape or fashion should you relate to somebody who has everything when you don't.
but wait, to be clear
Like,
though, are you saying that you don't think Katniss Everdeen's character, book or movie, was not a strong female lead?
um, in okay, in technicality, yes,
Okay.
but I don't know. Something about her just rubbed me the wrong way the entire time.
Okay. Me personally, after watching the entire series, I did not read the books. Um,
Mhm.
I thought I thought it was a fantastic female lead, and
That's fair.
also I think it was like a I would throw her in there with Sarah Connor and Ripley, honestly,
Okay, you know what? Okay, I realize what my problem is. My problem technically is with Jennifer Lawrence more than the actual character.
which is understandable
It
after
just,
that
to be
statement.
honest, it's like she comes off as such an arrogant little prick. And
Mhm.
then people look up to her, and I'm like, "You're looking up to an arrogant little prick, you arrogant little pricks." Like,
It's like, then you blow your way to the
how,
top. But
like,
anyways,
it's just how, it's just the audacity. Like, she thinks she's the king, like the king shit. But she thinks like every time I hear something about her, it's just ego driven. Like when she was like Mystique, like people were going, "Oh, she's the best Mystique." Da da da. And she had like her role as Mystique was way too overrated and way too overwritten for what actually should have been there.
I heard that her working with her as an actress on the X-Men franchise and her being Mystique was quite difficult for directors because she was upset about being in the suit and the hours in the makeup chair and that kind of stuff, and
Oh, like
that's
she
why
was allergic to it.
that's what was she.
I think that's what I heard.
Okay, I wasn't sure
Yeah.
about that, and that she was requesting more scenes in just her form and less as Mystique, um, and I was
Doesn't that
happy.
kind of take away from it? Doesn't that kind of take away from the actual character though?
Well, it
Because the actual
actually,
character is portrayed as Mystique, blue character. Like the actual character of Mystique and this Mystique are two different things.
but no, but you
Like
see,
this,
they did it
go for it.
nicely. They did it nicely in the X-Men universe, where
I
they
disagree.
played it into a character. They made her
I
insecure. They made her think that being blue
mm,
was wrong and she had to be a person. And
I agree with that, but I disagree with the whole Mystique character as a whole though. As far as like, because like I was raised off the comics, right?
mhm.
Or and like I didn't read a
We just become best
whole lot
friends.
of
Yep.
Mystique comics like specifically,
Oh damn,
but I did catch up,
hey, we got a
and I did
follower,
make sure I was informed. Oh, nice.
Sariel. Thank you, much appreciated. Hope wow, I hope you enjoy the conversation. But yeah,
But
sorry, you were saying about Mystique in the
yes,
comic books,
yes.
yeah.
It's just I thought Mystique. Okay, like Mystique in the comics, she's definitely important, but it's just that she's 100 years old. Like she's old because
Yeah,
apparently like she can live long because of her shape shifting powers or something like that. Blah blah
correct.
blah. Like I'm not super into like I shouldn't say super into. That was dumb. Um, I don't know a whole lot of Mystique, despite the fact that I did read a lot of comics.
Hmm.
but I did keep informed about her character because apparently she was important, and that's fine. It's just, from what I know, Mystique is like she's like an assassin. She kills people. She has an arc. She has this. She has this. But in the X-Men movies, it's like the X-Men movies. The X-Men were more of a side character, especially as the later movies went on. It was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
the Dark Phoenix and this as a something because Mystique here has something to say.
I
And
forgot
like
about Dark
Mystique's
Phoenix.
role was just Mystique's role was just way too important and upfront for me to really be like, okay, yeah, this is a good movie. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like there's all the like, there's so much other stories and lores and characters to explore, and people wouldn't shut the fuck up about Mystique.
Oh, I mean, Jubilee would have been awesome to explore.
Julie would have been great.
But I think the only reason why is because
Ugh.
they stuck Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique in one movie, and you can't necessarily just take that actor and slap him into another role. And when
Oh,
you
absolutely.
have a budget actor, someone who you really got to pay, the big bucks to, you write the story for them, right?
It's unfortunate, but yeah, to me, it's because I see movies as also an art form. Again,
It
where
is.
I was born in a different era, right? It's like
Mhm.
an art form, but then uh, you're making the story unnecessary and convoluted and inaccurate just for the sake of this meh actor to come in.
Mhm.
And because apparently she's an attraction, then you make things about her and you're taken away from the rest of the cast and the rest of the story. Like, why was Mystique such a forefront? Where
Agreed.
forever she was more kind of an important background character, which is
Agreed.
not a bad thing. It's like how The Rock and Will Smith have it in their contracts that they can't lose. And like Will Smith always has to be the forefront good guy. That's why he was Deadshot in
Wait,
Suicide Squad.
that's a
And
running
that's why he
gag, though,
was
right?
like, what's that?
That's a running gag that they can't lose, right? In their contract or
It's
whatever.
ridiculous. It's
Okay,
ridiculous.
I thought you were being serious, like you had proof or something factual saying like, no, it's like that rumor
It was a
that
definitely good rumor though.
it was like that rumor that Pierce Brosnan after he played Bond in his contract said he couldn't wear tuxedo in any other movie or something like that.
Really,
Um,
that's hilarious.
if that's true, that is hilarious. But I want to know. Okay, so you're saying that. Okay, so you're taking a big fat dookie on Jennifer Lawrence right now, and I wanted to know: is there nothing that you enjoyed her in that
Oh,
that you
it's
thought was
sure.
was
I'm
that?
just I'm just feeling I'm feeling my feelings a little bit because I don't know, just something about her comes off as super arrogant and I just can't.
Okay.
I just can't with this person. I like don't get me wrong, I'm sure there was definitely good because I heard what was this movie? Like I think it was her and was it Leonardo DiCaprio and he's like up, they had to look up or something.
Oh
Is that
yeah.
is
Well,
that a very dumb
well,
description
I
about it?
think I think the movie's called "Don't Look Up."
There oh, don't look up. My
Yeah,
bad.
or something like that.
So I guess my guess was basically the opposite of what they should be doing, huh?
Mhm. She was good in that movie. I saw that.
Yeah, and
Um,
then there was like another movie. Was that wait? Is there
she
was a movie that apparently like she had her kid taken away from her by a group of people, like cultists
that's
or
the one I was
something?
going to talk about. She was in a movie called Mother,
Mother,
and
that was it, yeah.
Mother is like it's one of those weird art house films that's like really fucked up.
Hmm.
And it's a very loose telling of God and Mother Nature in a house.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's a really good movie and something to check out.
I think I should get past my hatred of Jennifer Lawrence to see it then,
No, I'm telling you, and
because it sounds like a pretty good premise.
no, it is a really good premise, and like you'll recognize scenes that mimic like Bible scriptures and that kind of stuff, and how and it's all portrayed as like these two people trying to renovate their home and they have a new baby,
Okay.
and but it really dives deep into like religion and that kind of stuff. And I remember it was a short movie too. It wasn't long, but it was intense and it was good. And it's a movie that you're gonna watch once and you'll never watch it again. But she was also in
Nice.
another movie that I really liked. I'm trying to remember the name. She was in Passengers, which I liked. I thought she
Okay,
was pretty good
that's
in
fair.
that. But my movie that I really liked her in the most was a movie called The Silver Linings Playbook, which is with Bradley
So,
Cooper.
like, playbook. Okay, I think I heard about that.
Yeah, and
Maybe
I
because like
thought,
the whole Bradley Cooper hype at some point, right?
you know what? Bradley Cooper is underrated, man. He's such a good-looking dude and is versatile in his acting. No, 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 no. He's a good-looking
No,
dude.
I'm
I
just
can admit
laughing at
it.
the good-looking part because, like, he's like a giant schnoz and kind of like a beauty-looking face. And if he wasn't really an important actor, would you really think he's good-looking? It's like that. It's like Kid Rock, like how people thought Kid Rock is good-looking when he was super popular, but now not really as much.
Oh God, people thought he was good-looking.
Hey, man, money makes people look hella good.
What you trying to say? Bradley Cooper ain't good-looking?
Half half.
he was the handsome dude in the A-Team.
I mean, that's hilarious.
Um,
He plays that suave guy in The Hangover.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
The
No,
suave
I
guy.
know his character. It's just I don't know. I'm, I don't. It's just something about his face, right?
But me personally, I don't know Jennifer Lawrence. Like I don't know her personality in terms of like
It's just
social media presence and that kind of stuff. But in her
that's fair.
work, me personally, to me, I think she's got a good track record. Like she's a good actress. She might have some shit takes. Like it's like okay, one that unfortunately I do know her. Well, I don't know her, but I know her like social media presence and the type of thing that she says online is what's her name, Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, right?
Okay.
I didn't like her takes, didn't like the things she had to say and that kind of stuff. However, uh, like her movies, like I thought her movie Room was fantastic. I thought her character was hilarious and believable in 21 Jump Street. Um, so
Wait, was she in 21 Jump Street?
yeah, she was Jonah Hill's main love interest.
Really? It's been a bit since I've seen it.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Channing Tatum was fucking hilarious, man. The guy,
Channing Tatum was surprisingly good in that movie.
he's I don't know why the guy doesn't
Like,
do comedy. He's fucking hilarious.
right?
My name is Jeff.
Oh, I don't know why the guy doesn't
Like,
do comedy. He's fucking hilarious.
right? Yeah.
Um,
No, he's surprisingly good in that movie. And I say surprisingly good because normally you don't like when you think Channing Tatum, like it's some people or a certain demographic might think Magic Mike, right?
yeah.
Some people might think like other crap. Actually, I'm not really G.I. Joe. I'm like, I don't really know a lot of his movies outside of hearing about Magic Mike and seeing 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. And
He did that
some
movie with the
older
dog
movies.
recently.
Really?
He's a war veteran who suffering PTSD, and he's going to his buddy's funeral, and his buddy was like a I don't know, like a dog guy in the army. Like hey, go sniff that bomb out. He was one of those dudes. And so he has to bring his buddy's dog to the funeral, but the dog is like has a rough personality, so you have to break him down and make him love you. So it's one of those
It makes
movies.
you love you, boy.
So it's one of those movies, and I thought he was good in it. And again, his humor came out in it. I thought he was hilarious. He was also wasn't he in the sequel to Kingsman? He was one of the bad guys, I think. The cowboy dude.
Yeah. I don't think he was a bad guy. I think he was a good guy.
Oh, was he? Oh, my bad.
Kingsman? Yeah, yeah. He was supposed to be the U.S. version of the Kingsman or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty. I saw that movie too. Yeah, I thought he was pretty cool. Like I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of Channing Tatum early days or whatever, whatever. But when oh no, I've seen what's it, Coach Carter.
Oh
You've seen
yeah,
Coach
he was
Carter
in
too.
that.
Yeah, yeah. I guess maybe I have seen a lot of Channing Tatum movies.
Look at
At least
you.
5.
You like Magic Mike.
Aren't I the social media
Oh, I saw The Lost
guy?
City, which is one of his
Whatever.
newest movies with Sandra Bullock,
Okay.
where he's like this model. Oh, basically, Sandra Bullock writes romance novels, and on the cover of her books, her protagonist is portrayed by Channing Tatum. So he's portrayed as like this harrowing, strapping, good-looking dude who saves the girl, right? But in real life, he's like a dope, and he's just a good-looking dude, and
I think I've seen the trailer for this movie.
yeah. So
Yeah. Okay.
what else is with Channing Tatum? Oh, The Vow. I saw that, which was again some comedic moments in there I thought was pretty good. He was in Step Up, which I haven't seen. I don't.
Step Up was the one I was thinking about. I think
Right.
like where he went his I don't know if he's still married to that girl or not, but like apparently they married at some point. But yeah, he was like dancing, this
Mm.
whole school thing, high school, you go let's dance kind of crap.
Oh, I'm
Those movies were really popular back then. Like my sister liked those movies like Step Up
Mhm.
and like Stomp or Stomp the Yard, Stomp in the Yard, something like that. Chris Brown was in it.
Stomping around. Yeah.
Stomping around the Christmas tree.
Wait, Channing Tatum was an X-Men?
Channing Tatum was an X-Men?
He was an X-Men Apocalypse.
Really?
But oh, he was in X-Men as. Oh, he was there as Channing Tatum. Okay, he portrayed
Okay.
himself. That's strange. I
I
didn't
mean.
I didn't know that. Yeah, but I'm looking at his track record and I didn't see a lot of his movies. Like I see The Eagle, which is the one that I didn't see. Uh, yeah.
Huh.
Actually, his track record is not that. I won't say it's not large because he doesn't have a lot of movies, but it's a lot of I'm sorry, did this make it to theaters? You know, type movies.
B-list movies, or as they would say, straight to DVD.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not anymore, but now it's straight to streaming services. But yeah,
straight to streaming services. Ugh, I love it. I love having like 5 different streaming services for the same shit. Where I could have
oh,
had one blockbuster and just went to see the movie.
we're back in the days like everyone
Ugh,
thought that streaming is the future. We're not going to pay for cable anymore. You won't have to
yeah.
pay like $3 for a channel anymore. Guess what? You have a new
Enjoy your
problem.
$30 a month, asshole.
Yeah, you got a new problem now. And anyways,
Everyone needs the rights to this and blah 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 this. Looking at the copyright this, so now everyone has the streaming. So it's like how you have Steam, and then you have UPlay, and
mhm,
then you have BattleNet, and then you have like, why
Origin
can't things
and yeah.
just have one location, right? Why can't life just be simple and we can just enjoy things?
Well, like
It's
me,
money.
seriously, 100%. And it's funny
Oh,
because when me and PT had this conversation about like having multiple streaming services or multiple like game launchers or whatever,
oh.
I was actually for it at first. Like I said to myself, I liked having options, you know? Like if I
I disagree with that sentiment. Having multiple streaming options.
no, well, we were primarily talking about the gaming sphere. Like
Oh, okay.
Uplay, Steam, Epic Game Launcher, all those things. And
Uh-huh.
I said to myself, I like having the option. I like being like if I were to go to Best Buy to buy my movie, I would find it at a price, and then I go to Walmart, I find it for another price, and then I go to I don't know, the gas station and the bargain bin, I'll find it for a different price. You won't find the same price anywhere, and I appreciate that they've recreated that online where I can go like if I want a Ubisoft game, I don't have to go to Uplay. I can go to Steam, I can go to Epic, I can even go to Origin and find a Ubisoft game, and they're all at a different price. I could find the one that's on sale and get it from there. I appreciate
Okay.
that because you would do that in real life. You'd shop around. You'd go looking for the best price.
This is true.
However, it's getting
However,
it's getting out of hand now.
I do personally. I do like. I would. I think it's more of a laziness thing in my case. I would prefer just having all my options in one basket.
Mhm.
Just because, like, I don't know, extra steps. I guess it's like it's really an irrational thing. To be fair, it's just lazy and irrational. Because I see where you're coming from, and I'd much rather get a game for free. It's just sometimes I'm just straight up lazy, and I'm like, why do I have to install this just to play this? And then that's just
Mhm.
irrational crybaby crap. That's just me. That's like a me problem. So. I
Well,
can see
it's
where you're
it's
coming
I
from,
wouldn't
but
say
I
it's a
disagree.
you problem. I would say it's like a it's how we're conditioned.
Yeah,
We get everything on our
which is
phones, right?
ironic because I would also go to different locations, even different cities of different locations, just to find a better option. But like,
Yeah,
but the difference though between the game version and then the stream version is like you could get different things off Uplay or BattleNet or Stream, but it's not going to cost you something a month to have all these things. Whereas like having Netflix and having what et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, extra streaming service, like
hmm,
this is all going to cost you, and
yeah,
you're going to be paying for like what 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 different things just to have different movies because the other thing didn't
absolutely.
have it. Like, why doesn't the other thing have it? Oh, because of XYZ reason. Like it seems like a stupid thing to have just to rip off everybody else's money.
Yeah,
And
but I
I
think
disagree with that because it's not like it's a free thing and you have different options. These are things you are paying for and you are forced to pay for it if you want to see these things or
mhm,
get it illegally. Yeah, but I don't know.
yeah.
I just think it's one of these unnecessarily stupid things to really have to deal with in life when you have bigger problems. Why is this a problem?
No, exactly. But I think Amazon it could be a big player in this with
Okay.
Amazon Prime Video. Because like for instance, I have an Amazon Prime account because my wife likes to order shit all the time. Yay.
I like to get it for like what a month if the boys come out because I do enjoy watching the boys pause.
Oh yeah, The Boys is that is anyways, that's
The
fantastic.
boys is a fantastic show.
um
I'm so glad that it's not like the comics because if it was like the comics, you get depressing super fast.
everybody better be dead.
Pretty much.
So I think Amazon is going about it the right way because number one, if you have a subscription to Amazon Prime to get your stuff early, it comes with a free subscription of Amazon Video. You can watch their stuff,
Okay.
which I think is great because my wife is going to order from Amazon anyways, and everyone's shopping from Amazon, so a lot of people already have the Amazon account. Number
Yeah.
one,
No, I see what you mean. Like it's a multi-purpose thing to have.
right? But not
Yeah.
only that, but So for me, because my wife shops on Amazon Prime quite a bit, and she benefits from the next day deliveries and that kind of stuff, we get the Prime videos for free.
Exactly.
On top of that, Amazon has deals with studios, so they have channels on Amazon. So like for instance, you have access to the entire Amazon library and their exclusive content. And then if you want to watch a Paramount movie or an MGM movie, you can go and like pay $3 to have access to the MGM section of the Amazon account and access all the MGM movies. Because Amazon sells the damn movies, so they have the rights. You know, they can provide the streaming for it also. So they have the deals with the studios. You can subscribe to whichever studio you want and just watch the movie. If Amazon can create a platform that's stable, because it's garbage right now, it's fucking shit to navigate on the Amazon interface. I think they could be the biggest player in streaming, but
Interesting.
I doubt they're gonna take that route. But anyways, yeah. So but the only thing that would suck with that is the exclusives, right? Like
Yes.
some of the Netflix exclusives, I do enjoy. Like I was one of the people that enjoyed some of the
It's
Stranger
what gets you,
Things.
man. It's what gets you.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is.
Oh, like when Daredevil was out.
Oh, the Punisher. Oh,
Oof.
John Barenthal is the Punisher, man. Oh, he is the Punisher. 100%. No one else can ever beat him.
He's
100%.
he's a good Punisher.
And
Absolutely.
you know Disney is planning to relaunch Daredevil, right, on their Disney Plus.
Oh, I really hope that they don't PG the living crap out of that.
It's actually going to be a reboot. Eh? They're just using the same actor. It's a different Matt Murdock.
I really hope they don't PG the crap out of that
Mm, I
because I
think
feel like they're gonna, and I feel like it's gonna make me mad. 'Cause like,
I think it's inevitable, man. They
because
PG.
I feel like they're gonna go like the basic Disney route, right? Where like, okay, granted you have the problems and blah blah blah, like how Hawkeye showed up, because like Hawkeye is the most normal Avenger. So
Right.
you have Hawkeye, he did his thing, da 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 da, quip 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 quip. Okay, here you go, blah blah blah. And you're like, okay, this is a nice mini Marvel movie. Okay, cool. But like Daredevil had this grittiness to it
You did.
that
100%.
like I feel Disney doesn't want to touch because your children might not like it. But children obviously will like it. It's usually just angry midlife mothers who don't like it because they're apparently looking out for the kids, quote unquote. But still, like it's just Daredevil felt so raw
He's
and just
supposed to.
so good. And but that's the thing though, because the reason why I like the vibe so much is because forget the comics, just the character. You're a blind guy trying to fight crime in New York. What part of that is uplifting to you?
Exactly. It's like
Like
imagine making Batman trying to fight crime in a dark, brooding
best
ass city, and then you're just you got the Disney tunes in the background.
to be fair, if they ever made an actual Batman, like an actual Batman series,
Hmm.
which I believe they can and can't pull off at the same time. Because if it goes like the route where Gotham came out, no thank you. Because like while it was okay in its own right, blah blah, I feel like they would butcher Batman because like in at least in my opinion, Batman had the Daredevil or Daredevil has like the Batman kind of vibe where it's like dark as hell and there's
Yeah.
a seriousness to it. There's no hilariousness in Daredevil's world. Nor is there a hilariousness in Batman's world. So why would they be like catching funny quips and doing funny things and doing acrobatics? Like that's not Batman.
I 100%, 100% agree.
Yeah.
Because
There's like
because I feel like Disney's gonna take the new Daredevil, they're gonna make it PG, and it's basically going to be a Jackie Chan movie. Where all the violence is gonna be comedic.
yeah.
You know.
Like that's what I really liked about Daredevil, especially like what is usually like around not season episode four,
Hmm.
three. There's always like an episode, like a certain episode, like every season, that numbered episode would have like this immensely great fight scene,
You talk about the hallway
like
fight.
the hallway fight.
Yeah,
Like there's actually there's technically two hallway fights.
there is.
Like no, what was a staircase fight? It was a staircase fight where he then
Oh
meets the Punisher.
yeah, and there's
That
the staircase fight where he has like the chain around his arm. He's like fucking
yeah.
Kratos walking around.
you know but it had like such a greediness to it and
Hmm.
it emphasized the fact that he's a blind fighter and just what he's doing his world is not supposed to be nice and funny and hilarious like Hawkeye could get away with it because it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? Like they don't introduce the grittiness of it like that. But like I thought it was a cool telling trait
Mhm.
where the Marvel universe but TV show Netflix related always had like a darker tone to it. And I dig it.
Yeah, 100%. You
Because
know
it's a
what?
lot more real tone. Except Luke Cage. Luke Cage to me was like, watching this will sound bad to say, but basically a black movie.
A Tyler Perry movie?
Well, no, not
Medea punches a
necessarily.
hole in the wall.
Not necessarily. But what I mean by black movie is just like a lot of black. I'm aware of how wrong this might sound considering my face is not up there, but like, my dad is black. And my sister watched like a lot of black movies, like Love and Basketball, for example.
Oh, okay, yeah, for the love of the game, and
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's not like I'm not saying a black movie as far as a racial thing. I'm saying it's like a black movie where they address black issues, have specific black things that happen.
Yeah,
so
black
on.
culture, and yeah.
Yeah, it's a very heavy black culture movie. I should have started with that. Why did I start it stupid like that? But anyways,
You're like, that movie where they eat the chicken and
again, the era I grew up in. Like, just because I'm blunt doesn't mean I'm in a bad place. But yeah, it's just like a very black culture movie, or not culture movie. It's a very black culture based show, Luke Cage, and I dig it. Like I dig it. Like when Cottonmouth is introduced. Like Cottonmouth to me was a great villain.
Mhm.
I hated Silverback though. Like I was like, why did they kill Cottonmouth so quick? Spoilers. Why did they kill Cottonmouth so quick? And then bring in this turd sack. Like shouldn't have just been season 2 that guy showed up and you could expand on his character. But whatever, they fucked up. But then the second one, the second one they still like. My problem with Luke Cage is that their villains he had good villains. It's just that they elaborated too little on the good villains while focusing too much on the kind of annoying villains. Like Black Mariah to me was kind of annoying, and Shades was kind of annoying, but Bushmaster was cool as fuck.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but whenever like the movie industry or TV industry or whatever take on a project that's based in comic books or movies, it's like they don't understand the lore at all. They don't understand which characters are important, which ones aren't, which story arcs are important ones, and which ones are pivotal, right? They just they know that this is the main good guy and this is the main bad guy and everybody else is filler, and then they just run with it and they come out with a mediocre product. Like and one thing that I hate the most that they do in movies that are based off of comic books or video games is when they like, okay, Mortal Kombat, the new one. Okay,
The new one, I have yet to see it. I know about it. I know how it plays. I just have yet to see it. It's on Netflix.
and you know what? I'm telling you what, the first 15-20 minutes of that movie, dude, you're all in. You're like, let's go.
Scorpion versus Sub-Zero kind of thing, right? Where like Sub-Zero invades Scorpion's place.
Yeah, it's the Shiraiyaru versus the Lin Kuei, right, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they had that was a promotional scene actually.
It was, well, they showed you a very small snippet of it. That scene is actually quite long.
Oh, like the full 15 minutes.
I would say it goes on for 15 minutes. Yeah.
No, that's a clip they had. It was like a promotional clip. They're like, well, let's watch the intro to Mortal Kombat. Here you go. And like, yeah,
that whole thing is up.
Yeah, it was up before the movie came.
Okay, well, they gave away the best part. You don't need to watch it then. You can just.
Oh, that's a shame.
You could read the plot on Wikipedia now.
Oh man, all these characters in it. Yeah, that's nice. Sub-Zero.
But one thing that I hate that the movie industry does is that they'll take a known franchise, known characters, and everything, and they'll just stick a new guy in there and said, "Hey, this is who you're following. A brand new person that we created for this universe to be your vessel." And it's like, oh, that's lazy.
To be your vessel, you could say.
I find that so lazy. It's like you don't want to know. You're not trying to explore the option of telling the story in a comprehensive way while respecting the lore. So what do? Introduce a new character so that everyone has to explain everything to the new character. So in that way, the viewer is explained everything also. That's very lazy.
I liked. Sorry, sorry. I'm sorry. I just glad I interrupt you. You know what I liked about Superman Returns?
What was that? Or Brandon Routh one, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Superman Returned. They didn't have to give you the backstory, so
That's
they didn't.
true. He just showed up.
They just straight up took it from the get-go. They're just like, he's back. Keep going.
I
appreciate that.
True.
I appreciate movies who don't treat you like morons. Like,
Mhm.
notice how many like Batman movies or Spider-Man movies where they have to tell the same fucking thing. Like, how many times do I have to see Uncle Ben die?
Or Martha Wayne gets shot with the
There you go.
pearls.
Like, how many
The
times do
shot
I
of
have to
her
see?
pearls falling.
It's like, okay, Spider-Man, he got bit by a spider and his Uncle
Mhm.
Ben died. Okay, reboot Spider-Man, where his Uncle Ben dies and he gets bit by a spider.
Well,
Like,
okay. Well, what do you think of the new
how?
Spider-Man movies then?
To be fair, that's what I appreciated about this new Spider-Man.
Hmm.
Yeah, the new Spider-Man, you just skipped it.
They skipped the entire origin
They
story.
skipped it. They skipped it. Thank you. Your Uncle Ben died. That's great. I don't have to see it. I know he's dead. Cool.
Hmm.
Just keep going.
You're bit by a
Like, I
spider?
appreciate
Oh no,
that.
that already happened.
I appreciate that. Just get with it. Like, people know where you come from. Like, they've been around for a long enough time where you don't have to explain it.
Hmm.
And
Oh,
if they're new, that's nice. They could read. Keep going. Like, stop.
I'm a I'm a big fan of Man of Steel. I really liked Man of Steel. I thought it was great.
Man of Steel was not bad.
I really liked it, and I really hope that they would have continued it that series. And I love the first half an hour of that movie, where you get to see Krypton, you get to see the political struggle between.
Ironically, thought that was kind of boring.
Really,
A little bit. Because I went in wanting to just see Superman. And then they
yeah.
came out with this first, and then like I get where they're coming from. It's just at the time I was over it. I just want to see Superman do his shit. Why am I watching this? I already know this. But
Uh,
that's because I was patient. Like I do see where you're coming from. Like, it's a great thing. Like, it's just it's as with DC, I always find their pacing kind of not great.
no, well, DC's trying to play catch up to Marvel, right?
Yeah, but their
So
pacing is so sucky. Like, I felt like, I don't know, when you saw the Krypton stuff, why didn't you have it like
like its own
uh,
movie.
yeah, maybe. It's just I felt like it was like there's so much there's so much you could have realistically explored. It's like it was too much to be too short and then too short to be too much, if
Hmm.
that makes any sense to you.
Well, what I'll say is that scene in Man of Steel, it made the movie too long. Honestly, Man of Steel was a bit too long for me. Towards the end, I felt it dragging on because whenever you have a big CG fight scene at the end, I'm tired. I'm bored. You know.
You know what? I think you just actually solved my problem. It was just the battle on Krypton was cool, but it was just too long.
Yeah.
You're right. It was just too long. And it was like at the beginning, I just wanted to see what Superman was. And see this the entire time. I'm like, okay, I get it, Kurt Russell. Keep going. I know. You're supposed to blow up, Kurt Russell. Just hurry up.
Destroy
And then
yourself.
I was like, when I first saw it in the movie, I was like, could this fucking hurry up? I just want to see Superman do his shit. Please. I just want to see him do his shit.
Oh, did you see the Superman horror movie there? What's it called? Bright something?
Yes, I did. Actually, recently. It was give me a second. Oh, this cold. I did see it. I like the premise. The pacing was not the pacing. Was it the pacing or just the editing? Something about it was just off as hell.
Is it actually horror or it's just like a violent Superman?
I feel. Oh man, we could talk about movies so much because I could rant about this. But yeah, no, it's just it was listed. I think it was listed as kind of horror because of how it was played out, but
Okay.
it wasn't really horror. I think it should have just been listed as fiction, like straight up just fiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can make my wife watch that then if it's not too creepy.
There's no actual horror elements to it, or there is no, my bad, there is horror elements to it, just well, no horror elements to it. You're like, it's a kid and
Mhm.
he has powers. It's not like it's a supernatural thing. It's not like he's creepy. Well, he's creepy, but it's not like it doesn't have that creep ambiance factor. It doesn't have all this shit to make it horror. It's not really horror. It's just more disturbing. So fiction
Mhm.
would have, or dark fiction or something, but horror not as much. But the
Okay.
movie itself was okay. The premise was definitely cool. The acting was kind of
Oh, okay.
but the premise was cool.
Well, yeah, it's a fucking awesome premise. Like, what
The
happens if
premise was definitely
if
cool.
Superman? Well, I won't say if he didn't have good parents. He probably did have good parents in the movie. But if he just
Yeah,
turned out to be an
that's the
asshole,
parents.
yeah.
No, his parents were. I find. How were his parents? His his mom was a little like his mom was kind of one of those in denial type people, whereas the dad was like, I don't really know how I would personally list the dad other than just off.
Off.
Yeah, just off. And it's not like in a weird deformed whatever way people normally think off is. It's just like you're like okay, you clearly suspect your kid to be not so good,
Hmm.
but you're gonna keep going with it, and you're yelling at your wife that something's happening, but then you're acting suspicious or dumb or just I don't know. Something was really off with his behavior to me.
Okay.
And it's just something was very unconvincing. It's
The
just the
movie,
way these parents were. The way the parents were just unconvincing to me.
the movie's called
Like
Brightburn, right? If I remember.
Brightburn, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out because I always wanted to see it, but
I would say see it. I would say see it regardless, just for the experience. Like every movie you should see, even stupid ass Jennifer Lawrence movies, I would still see for the experience because Mother did seem interesting.
Mother, I'm
So
telling you, Mother's good. On your first watch,
Mother,
you'll be
Mother seemed
impressed.
interesting, and I did kind of want to see Don't Look Up, just because of the hype I heard about it. But
Don't look up is good.
you should also never believe the hype.
You know,
So
like how like the social political climate, left versus right, blue versus red, and all that stuff, right? And Don't Look Up is a movie that, funny enough, both sides claim that movie for their party. You know what I mean?
okay,
Like they're saying like, oh, you see, yeah, see, that's our point, that's our talking point, and the other side is like, oh yeah, see, that's our talking point.
squawk, yeah, yeah. Realistically, everybody is super super alike. No one wants to admit it. Like the left and right both have similar ideologies. It's just one went right, one went left.
Yeah, I
But
could
they're
agree with that.
like both of these people are just ego-driven little assholes. All of them, just ego-driven little assholes.
But I strongly
Ugh.
believe, I strongly
Uh,
believe that in the entertainment industry, everything that's like big budget franchise is it's catering more to the left.
I would prefer if they didn't. To be fair.
No, no, no. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just
Oh
saying,
no, no, I'm
I,
just voicing my opinion. That's
yeah.
all. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, you're absolutely correct. I do believe that as well.
and it's unfortunate, and I feel like it's doing a disservice because I know what they're trying to
Yes.
do. I know they're trying to represent people, and they're trying to represent genders or whatever.
Hmm.
But the way it's being done is so lazy.
You want to know? You want to know what kind of unpopular thought I had?
What's that? Letting a band. It's like
I don't really think that representation is important in
I don't.
all movies
Neither do
or
I.
at all actually. Because like video games, movies are an art form and they're telling their story.
Hmm.
Ooh, that sounded pretty left. But they're telling their story. And why should anybody have to be represented in something that has nothing to do with you? You either identify with how you feel about it.
Hmm.
But if I had to see every represented little asshole in this movie, I would not see the movie because there's just some people I don't want to see.
Yeah,
And as bad
100%.
as that sounds, that's nice because in real life, there's just people you don't want to see.
No, it's
And that's it. It's just, why does everybody have to be represented? I'd rather have a good movie.
100%. I'd rather you focus on story, you focus on
Absolutely.
cinematography, you focus on telling me something that's that's coherent, and not
Hmm.
just shoving a gotcha moment in a movie.
Yeah.
Or
It's like making a Ghostbusters movie all female cast just to be inclusive for some reason, even
that.
though it had
Okay,
nothing to do with like
the
like
all
that's ugh.
the all
It annoys
female
me.
casting
Sorry. Go
is
ahead.
the all female casting is hilarious because I think like an all female cast movie is not necessarily a bad thing.
Oh, of course not.
It could be great if you
By the way,
if you
Charlie's
write it.
Angels was all female cast, no?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you talk about the new one or the
In general, really.
Cameron Diaz one?
I mean, I just kind of meant in general.
No, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, the new one, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that great. But
I don't really care to be fair. But okay, let's continue.
but like for instance, like it's just like they're always proud to say we have an all female cast, right?
Yeah,
And
which is annoying.
it's gotten to a point where when you look at the track record, you look at the Ghostbusters, you look at what Ocean's 8, you look at
Is that what it's called? Ocean's 8? I heard they were doing like an Ocean's 11, but with female cast.
yeah, it's called Ocean's 8.
Ocean's 8. Was it Ocean's 11 the first one?
Was that?
Oh, my voice just cut out. Sorry. Was Ocean's 11 the first one?
Yeah, Ocean's 11. Oh, by the way, I love the Ocean's franchise.
It was 10.
Ocean's 11 was originally a Frank Sinatra movie from the 70s or something.
Hmm.
And then they remade it with George Clooney and everybody that we know. And then they had Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, and then Ocean's 8 came out.
Huh.
Hang on, let me look this up. there was a recent one that came out that that didn't do so well. What's it called? The Woman King?
Oh, I heard about that, which is a shame because I actually kind of wanted to see it because I know the actor. I've seen her in a couple things. I do like her.
Viola
And
Davis?
yeah.
What did you see her in that you liked?
I think more recently, Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, but I meant like as a leading role. Like I like her in Suicide Squad, but I don't think I've ever seen a movie with her in a leading.
No, I don't think I've really seen her in the leading role either.
Okay. Yeah,
Or
but
maybe I have. I don't know. I have to act. You know what? I'm gonna look her up. I'm gonna look her up and find out if I've seen her in a movie where she was leading. But my point is that wait, what's it? My point is though is that it looked interesting because it seemed like a cool premise, and then when I heard about the controversy, I was like, so
holy shit! I just found a list of all female cast movies of this person's list of the best of them, and I kind of agree. Well, some of them I didn't see, but I'm sure it's a good movie. Okay, like for instance, one of them on the list is Sex and the City, the movie.
okay.
But that's I guess that's not very progressive, I guess, to say that. But anyways, Mean Girls. I know people love Mean Girls.
There's Mean Girls, yeah. It was actually not bad. I've seen it.
Bridesmaids. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Bridesmaids was funny. I saw Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. That actually wasn't bad.
I heard it was actually not bad.
But yeah, The Woman King though. Ooh, ooh.
Have you actually seen it?
No, but I saw the backlash.
The backlash is the backlash is interesting, but it wasn't enough for me to really care. To be fair, because I don't know.
Really, it bothered me that they changed history. I didn't like that.
But that's the thing, though, because it's a movie. To me, it's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care that they changed history because it doesn't really change history. So it's like getting upset over what was the Unglorious Bastards,
Okay, yeah, I see what you
where
mean.
it was very a clear change in history.
Absolutely.
But like, who the fuck cares? Like, why should you be upset? There's no point even being upset about it because it's something you can't really change. It's history. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
This is a movie. Who cares? Are you entertained or you're not?
Absolutely, 100%. Is the movie entertaining? That is the question.
Like, that's the thing that like I disagree and kind of get annoyed by how people are now is that they get so offended over the dumbest things, but it's just a movie and it's made to be entertaining to you.
But
Like if someone's making a movie to be like, this has to be the deepest thing. I can't wait to really show my message. Maybe you're on the wrong platform for that because of cinema. Like maybe cinema was supposed to be like that, but it became not like that. It became showing something and being entertaining, or
absolutely.
having a message but being entertaining. Like people watch it to be captioned.
But
People
one
don't
of the
watch.
things that turns
Like
me
I
off,
don't.
that
I wouldn't watch The Woman King so I could literally go back in history and go, that's inaccurate. Like I don't care. It's a fucking show. It's a fucking movie.
no, but like how I named whenever you hear the phrase "this movie's being remade," reimagined for a new audience and stuff like that, or hey, we have an all-female cast, or we have an all-black cast, or we have like those types of things. To me, unfortunately, now those are red flags. Those are
Really?
that's when you put that in your marketing. For me, that's you saying, yeah, someone wrote the story somewhere, but hey, we got this. I would
Yeah.
rather your marketing focus on intriguing me, you know, on telling me.
Oh, okay. So as opposed to like, yeah, we took this, we got this, this is mine. Like instead of doing that, be like, you know what? I have a different version, but I want to show you why this one is also something you should
Well,
watch.
exactly.
Yeah.
But when you look at the marketing for the Woman King, it was all just, hey, all female cast, hey, all black cast, which makes sense. It's a story about a tribe in Africa. I mean, that's
Yeah.
absolutely logical. But you don't need to put that in the marketing. Like, we get it. It's about a tribe in Africa, you know?
Yeah, I could do without the pandering crap. Just Show me the trailer. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Because
I
no,
agree.
because when you put that in your marketing, all you're telling me is that you don't have anything to show me in the trailer that would intrigue me.
Ooh, interesting. That's an interesting take. I like it.
I'm sorry, but that's how I feel.
Oh, that's a smart thing to think. Like,
I don't
do
know.
you really want to be one of those types to get pulled into a movie because you just got hyped off of the
The
cool, I can
color,
feel good, I'm
yeah,
the inclusive train, or do you want to be like, yo, I want to see this movie because it actually speaks to me?
exactly. And you know
I
what?
guess.
I really hate to cut the conversation short. We're just sneaking up on an hour, but I do have to go pick up my wife soon.
Oh, of course, man. This is
Um,
we can have this conversation another time.
oh
We'll
no,
continue.
we are definitely continuing movies because this is going great. But
Oh, there's so much more I wanted to say, but I caught myself in a rant.
oh, but dude, we could talk about movies for hours, man. We'll do it again on Saturday if you guys want.
Absolutely, I'm
Um,
done.
we'll
Just
tr- we'll
let me
tr-
know when.
we'll try to make sure that someone's on time next time.
Yeah.
Boom, PT sucking dick. Um, uh,
Suck an inclusive dick. We want to make sure it's heard.
That's like a brown or black dick.
Suck the dick of any color or gender or creed you want because you should be inclusive. But suck
um,
it though.
so today I saw a trailer for a movie from Brendan Fraser, an actor I really
Oh,
like.
is it the whale
It is The
or
Whale.
something? I heard it was good just from whatever I saw on social media. I haven't
Right.
really seen the trailer, so I have no
Because there
actual opinion.
hasn't been a trailer. They're
There
not
hasn't been a
releasing
trailer.
anything about this movie. It's crazy.
You know what? I like that. I like.
Mhm.
Oh, it's just like with it's with anything nowadays, man. I hate the internet for specifically this. I don't want to see anything. I love being surprised. This is where I miss the lack of social media
Oh,
because I
absolutely.
like being surprised. I like going playing a game or watching a movie and going, "Fuck me, that was good.
Oh, and
That was a good decision."
people that cut trailers in a way so that the trailer tells the whole story, they should be dragged out in the street and shot. Like you just ruined the whole project.
Oh,
It's,
absolutely.
but I saw the trailer for The Whale, which came out today, I think. And if you have a chance to go take a look at it, oh man, that 100% on. I'm going to pay to go see that in theaters, 100%.
Fantastic.
And,
Yeah, I'll
and,
check it
and,
out.
and it's a pure drama psychological thriller. It's not a blockbuster popcorn flick at all. I just want to support the damn movie, and it looks
Oh,
freaking good. I hope that's Brendan Fraser's comeback movie, man.
I hope so.
Because I loved him, and I saw Brendan Fraser in another movie called Extraordinary Measures.
I love that actor until I find out years later that they've done something ridiculously stupid.
Like what? What did he do? What did Brendan Fraser do? He touched
No, no, no,
somebody?
Brendan Fraser. No,
Oh,
fuck. Nowadays, I wonder, but like, you know how like every so often, or at least what, a few years ago, during the whole was it a Me Too movement or
Me Too is still a thing, I think.
some? Yeah. 'Cause I don't know. I hear less about it. So, it was the whole thing with like Harvey Weinstein. Is that his name? Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he did something and there was this whole thing about it, and then a bunch of actors got outed for doing XYZ. Like Kevin
Oh
Spacey.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, man. It's just so fucking disappointing to me to always like you see somebody, you're like, yo, that guy's pretty. Yeah, that guy's a cool guy. He seems cool. He seems cool, and then you find out he's the worst person ever.
Oh yeah.
Like
Uh,
I'm so tired of that. If I heard that about Brendan Fraser too, I'm not saying that I'm a
no,
huge Brendan Fraser
I've heard the
fan,
opposite of Brendan Fraser. I've heard
but
that
like
this guy had a rough
exactly,
life.
yeah, exactly. Like you kind of want to. Like his movies are to me, but he's
Hmm.
still like a guy you kind of want to root for because you never really hear bad things about him. He's like I wouldn't say like a Keanu Reeves quote to be a meme, but it's
Oh, okay.
just
Sorry, my wife just texted me. She's ready.
oh, never
Listen,
mind.
you
Continue.
know where I'm going to end this. We're going to continue this conversation, but you know where I'm going to end this.
Tell me.
I don't trust Keanu Reeves. I think something's wrong with him. But anyways,
Oh no, that's fine. No one's that nice. No, I feel like a traitor because we're both Canadian too. I can't betray him like that. So I need a U.S. citizenship, so I can't.
oh, okay, I see.
Dumb joke, dumb joke. But yeah, no. I have
Listen,
no problem with Keanu Reeves. I'm not idolizing anybody. Fuck that.
very well, mate. Thanks for chatting.
Yes, sir. It's fun.
I say we continue this very soon because I truly enjoyed this conversation, man.
Well, Saturday's the thing, right?
Sounds good.
Fantastic. See you then, my friend.
Take it easy.